Not all vampires have fangs. Some drain energy with words. Have you ever met someone who leaves you feeling completely empty after just a conversation? This is the story of André, a man who discovered the invisible power of emotions and the profound danger of giving away too much of himself. Listening was his gift. And his curse, André would lend an ear to anyone, his colleagues, his friends, even strangers. He absorbed their worries, their frustrations, their endless dramas. He was the person everyone turned to, the shoulder everyone cried on. But this constant absorption came at a cost. Even after a full night's sleep, he'd wake up exhausted, a deep, bone-weary fatigue that no amount of rest could fix. It felt as if something unseen, something vital, was being siphoned away from him. He carried this invisible weight everywhere. At work, he'd force a smile while a coworker vented about their boss for the 10th time that week. On the subway ride home, he'd replay their complaints in his head, feeling their anxiety as if it were his own. His own life started to feel like a pale reflection of other people's problems. His own joys and sorrows were buried under layers of secondhand emotions. He was present in body, but his spirit was adrift, drained. His own reflection in the mirror showed a man he barely recognized, with dark circles under his eyes, his spark completely gone. He was disappearing, piece by piece, into the emotional needs of others. One night, sitting alone on his couch, the dim light of his phone illuminating his weary face, he typed a desperate question into the search bar. Why do I feel drained after talking to someone? The screen lit up with articles, forums, and testimonials. And that's when he found it, a term that struck him like a lightning bolt. Emotional vampire. As he read, his life began to make a terrifying kind of sense. Quick flashes of memory flooded his mind. Friends calling late at night with the same recurring crisis. Family members who only spoke in tones of complaint. Acquaintances who treated him like a free therapy service. He realized he wasn't just tired of work or the daily grind. He was tired of the wrong people. He had become a perpetual host for their negativity, and it was consuming him from the inside out. Empathy without limits becomes a wound. He knew he couldn't go on like this. That night, André made a radical decision. He switched his phone to airplane mode. He silenced every notification, every ping, every call. The first day was filled with a gnawing guilt. What if someone needed him? What if they thought he was angry or uncaring? But as the hours turned into days, something shifted. The guilt slowly faded, replaced by an unfamiliar feeling, relief. He slept through the night for the first time in months. He found himself laughing at a silly video online. A genuine, unforced laugh. The air in his apartment felt lighter, clearer. The morning sun, streaming through his window, seemed warmer, more golden. He realized the problem wasn't just the mint, it was him. He had left the door to his soul wide open, with a welcome mat out for anyone who wanted to dump their emotional baggage. Who drains you, consumes you. He started to rebuild his boundaries, not with walls of anger, but with fences of self-respect. He learned to say no, not as a rejection, but as an affirmation of his own well-being. He began to walk through a park at sunset, feeling the gentle warmth in his skin, noticing the vibrant colors of the leaves. In this newfound quiet, he began to sense people differently. It wasn't magic. It was a heightened sensitivity that had always been there, but was now tuned to a new frequency. He could feel the weight of some people before they even spoke, and the lightness of others. He learned that energy is contagious for better and for worse, and in a moment of profound clarity, as the sun dipped below the horizon, he had another startling realization. Sometimes, in his own desperation for connection, he had been the one who drained others. Admitting that wasn't a moment of shame. It was a moment of liberation. Now, André lives in peace. He starts his mornings with a cup of coffee, bathed in warm sunlight, feeling a sense of groundedness he never knew was possible. He still listens, he still cares, but he does so from a place of fullness, not emptiness. He learned that true connection doesn't drain, it replenishes. He learned that not every hug is healing. Some people, consciously or not, feed on pain, and they call it love. He learned that the most important act of compassion is the one you show to yourself. Protect your energy. Your peace is your power. Not every hug is healing. Have you ever felt your energy drained by someone? Have you ever met an emotional vampire? Or perhaps recognized that tendency in yourself? Share your story in the comments below. Your experience could be the light that helps someone else find their way out of the dark. Thank you for being here with us. If this story resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more stories that breathe truth.